Let's see if I can do a quick couple things that will hopefully be cool as well. I'm looking at my original and thinking, I certainly cropped. This is much more cropped, so there's most of the bread is chopped off. So one thing I want to do is, I think I got this part a little bit too dark. That's this guy right here, which is getting some pretty direct light. So I just put a little water on there, and I found a scrubby brush. Oh, that's one I like a little bit more, actually. And I'm just gonna see if I can coax a little color into letting go. I'm not really worried about edges, as you can tell. I want to make sure I don't have any paint in that brush. May not look quite as light as the original. I think there's a little bit of yellow in the original, and when I start getting things darker, that will change as well. So hopefully that's enough to kind of get back to more of the feel of what I was after. I might try to do it just a touch more, actually. This is a, what are these called? Catalyst by Princeton. There's a softer, they're good for scrubbing stuff that doesn't need to be too seriously scrubbed. I'm going to get out my even stiffer scrubby brush here and see if I can't convince a little bit more color to let go. Yeah, that was a little better. Usually try to start with the least abrasive. What else can I do sort of quickly? I think I'll try the another pass on my pit. So I'm going to get some watery burnt orange, maybe a touch of azo yellow, and just have sort of a watery mix. This is a new brush. That I was curious about. I think it might be kind of nice. I'll tell you more about it in a sec. One of my students showed me this one. Hillary, if I'm not mistaken. Partly I'm just trying to get this whole shape kind of wet with a little bit of color on it. This is a really, I am liking this brush. It's a little too big for this job, so I'll tell you more about it maybe someday if you're really nice to me. Now it's a new one by Da Vinci, Casaneo, and it is, I'm pretty sure, completely synthetic. and they keep getting better and better with making synthetic brushes more like natural hair brushes. And I think that this one seems like a decent sized jump in the improvement, so that's cool. I'm going to grab a little bit stronger burnt orange. This is a smaller brush that is natural hair. I think it's a combination, actually. Start dropping in a little bit of darker color. It's getting darker as it rounds the form. Yes, I am going kind of fast. I've mixed in a little bit of yellow. There I made a bit of a thirsty brush, and I'm just kind of shifting, trying to pick up some color and where I don't want it, shift it over to where I do want it. All with a very gentle touch. Now a bit of stronger. And even stronger. And when I get down here, I'm going to get this even smaller brush, and I'm going to mix in a little bit of pretty strong Quin burnt orange and a little bit of my dioxazine purple to make sort of an even darker brown for down here. Let's see if this brush will let go of the paint. This is my small number 2 Robert Simmons White Sable, or I think that's what it's called. I think that's kind of a deceptive name. It's synthetic. I'm not going to worry too much about getting some reflected light. I might do a little bit just with a thirsty brush. See if this brush will kind of what this guy will do. I have a paper towel and making it thirsty. I was bapping it on a regular towel there too. Depending on how you do that, you can get a pretty soft edge. Sometimes you will get a harder waterline edge. This is mostly just a matter of being patient and getting good at judging values, how dark of color you're getting. Yeah, the lifted part can sort of tend to go away as the other paint and water keep wanting to sneak in there. I think that's okay for now. I'm going to come into a, yeah, that's dry. I'm going to do try this newer brush again. Yeah, that's still a little bit too big. I want an excuse to use it. And I'm going to start making these the shadow area, the cast shadow that the avocado is casting onto the bread. I'm going to start with a pretty light wash, and it's going to be everywhere that there is some shadow, including there, so what I'm really doing is I'm going to paint this whole shape kind of that color, that darkness, that value. And then after that dries, I will go turn off the beeper. Now I'll do another darker layer on top of that. Let's see if I can. Things will keep getting darker as it gets down here, so and I can just sort of add a little bit of darker color anyways right now, so I'll go ahead and do that. Well, there was a little purple I kind of grabbed. Let's see. Yeah, not really. That didn't really work, but either way, that's the idea for that. I'm going to let that dry and be back for more soon.